What is cyber insurance? Presented by Paperless Insurance Services, we provide cyber liability insurance since 2005. Cyber insurance enables businesses to transfer the costs associated with recovery from the tangible and intangible losses related to a cybersecurity breach or similar event. Traditional insurance policies often do not cover these risks, and often only accept the transference of known physical risks, such as damage to equipment, stock, or location. By bridging the gap between physical and digital risks, cyber insurance allows companies to get back online and resume normal business operations faster, minimizing the cost to their recovery. What cyber liability insurance covers? Cyber liability provides coverage for first and third party. The first party means you and your business. The third party means your clients, vendors, and other individuals and businesses that are not part of your company. Here is a list of the most common third-party coverages provided by cyber liability insurance. 1. Network and information security liability covers the expenses to defend you and any damages resulting from your liability to a third party for a security failure, data breach, or privacy liability. 2. Regulatory defense and penalties covers the expenses to defend you and any regulatory fines or penalties from a regulatory proceeding for a security failure or data breach. 3. PCI fines and assessments covers the expenses to defend you and PCI fines and assessments arising from a data breach that compromises payment card data. 4. Funds transfer liability covers the expenses to defend you and damages arising from the distribution of fraudulent payment instructions to your vendors, business partners, or clients due to a security failure. 5. Multimedia content liability covers the expenses to defend you and damages arising from your liability to a third party for media content-related claims, such as copyright infringement, violation of privacy rights, and defamation. 6. Some policies also provide technology errors and omissions, covers the expenses to defend you and damages arising from your liability to a third party when the failure of your technology service or product is the cause of loss. Here is a list of the most common first-party coverages provided by cyber liability insurance. 1. Breach response services provides services in the first 72 hours to help you with the initial response to a cyber event, including access to a 24/7 hotline, advice from legal counsel, and preliminary forensic information gathering. 2. Breach response costs pays for the costs to respond to a breach, including computer forensic fees, legally required customer notification, legal expenses, credit monitoring, and identity theft restoration. 3. Crisis management and public relations pays the costs to mitigate other first or third-party losses, such as public relations consultancy, media purchasing, and voluntary customer notification. 4. RANSOMWARE and cyber extortion covers the costs to respond to an extortion incident, including money, securities, and even virtual currencies paid. 5. Direct and contingent business interruption and extra expenses from security failure and systems failure covers business interruption loss, including extra expenses resulting from interruption to your computer systems or to hosted computer systems arising from a failure in security or a systems failure. 6. Proof of loss preparation expenses covers the cost of a forensic accountant to help you prepare your claim for business interruption and reputational harm losses. 7. Digital asset restoration pays for the costs to replace, restore, or recreate your digital assets that are damaged or lost following a security failure or systems failure. 8. Computer replacement and bricking pays for the costs to replace or restore computer hardware or tangible equipment impacted by a loss of firmware integrity. resulting from a security failure. 9. Reputational harm loss. Covers your lost net profit arising from an adverse publication related to a security failure, a data breach, cyber extortion, or privacy liability. 10. Court attendance. Covers your reasonable expenses in attending a trial or other proceeding in the defense of a third-party liability claim. 11. Criminal reward. Covers an amount offered by us for information that leads to the conviction of persons committing illegal acts against you that resulted in a claim under the policy. 12. Funds transfer fraud and social engineering. Pays for funds transfer losses incurred as a result of the receipt of fraudulent payment instructions, including through social engineering. Also covers for losses incurred from the bank account of a senior executive caused by a security failure at the named insured. 13. Service fraud including CRYPTOJACKING. Pays for the additional amounts you're billed by a cloud or telephony provider when you incur fraudulent charges. 14. Impersonation repair costs. Covers for the cost of removing websites, reimbursing your customers, legal and PR costs incurred as a result of fraudulent electronic communications or websites that impersonate you. 15. Invoice manipulation. Covers the net costs that you are unable to collect for the provision of goods or services under a fraudulent invoice or payment instruction that has resulted from a security failure. Additional coverage options available. Bodily injury and property damage. First party. Covers specified first-party losses including business interruption loss for bodily injury or property damage arising from a security failure. Bodily injury and property damage. Third party. Covers the expenses to defend you and damages arising from your liability to a third party when a security failure results in physical damage or injury. Pollution. Covers claim expenses and damages arising from pollution caused by a security failure. Reputation repair. Covers the cost of the crisis management and public relations required to mitigate harm to your reputation. If you are interested in getting this coverage, contact Paperless Insurance. The link to the online application is in the description section down below.